Hey everyone, Tenji here, and in today's video, we'll look at April 23rd to April 29th and see what I did in World of Warcraft. The biggest thing we had hit this week was Season 4, and even though I don't plan on doing a lot with Season 4, because I'm waiting for the Pandaren remix to hit, it is kinda nice to have it there in case I want to mess with it after I'm done with the remix. But there is one thing I'd like to get out of it, and that is the Slime Saver, Jigglesworth Sr. I didn't get him during Shadowlands, and you can actually just buy him this time around, so I should be able to get him. With my main goals laid out for the next few weeks, I did find time to make it into my weekly mount farms, so let's take a look at them and see how I did. I started off my week the same way I start off every other week. I headed over to Antorus, the Burning Throne. I'm still after the Scythe of the Unmaker, and since I need the red version, I'm still doing it on Mythic. Once I got there, I made sure I was set to Mythic and I headed in. I worked my way back to Argus the Unmaker, and I took him down. This was attempt number 107, but I still didn't see it drop, so it's one I'll have to come back to next week. The next thing I went after was the Cartel's Master's Gearglider. For this you have to run Tassivage on Mythic, and this is the last 5-man mount I need. So I headed over there and worked my way back to the end boss. I took him down, and this week I got attempt number 7 on the mount. But again, I didn't see it drop. But with only 7 attempts, I really didn't expect to see it drop. The next mount I went after was G.M.O.D. For this you have to do Battle for Dazar'alor, and depending on what difficulty you do it on, depends on who it drops off of. This week I did it on LFR, so it would drop off Jaina Proudmoore. Once I got in there, I worked my way back to her and took her down. This gave me attempt number 38 on this mount, but again I didn't see it drop this week, so I'll be back here again next week. Next I went after the Glacial TideStorm. For this you have to kill Jaina Proudmoore on Mythic and Battle for Dazar'alor, so I have to still find a group for this. Once I found the group for this, we used the skip and went right back to her. We took her down pretty fast, and I got attempt number 36 on this mount. I didn't see this one drop again, so it's another one I'll be back to next week. Now I started on the Shadowland raid mounts. The first one I went after was the Zareth Overseer. This drops from the sepulture of the first one. For this I usually just find a group in Group Finder and head into there. Once we get back to the end boss, we take him down. This week I got attempt number 4 on this mount, but again, I didn't see it drop, so I'll be back here again next week. After that I headed over for the Sanctum Gloomcharger. This drops off the 9 in the Sanctum of Domination. Once we got back to him, we made pretty quick work of him, and I got attempt number 19 on this mount. But again, I didn't see it drop, so it's another one I'll be back to next week. The other mount I'm farming out of Sanctum of Domination is Vengence, and this drops off Sylvanas Windrunner at the end of Sanctum. So once we got back there and took her down, I got attempt number 4 on this. My attempts are really low, so I'm not expecting to see this one for a while. But I will be back here next week, and I'll give it another shot. My last mount farm of the week was for Mimiron's Head. For this I'm doing it as a multi-character farm, and just in case you're not sure what that is, it's where I take 13 characters every week to the same raid or instance till I see what I want drop. This is my 8th week doing this, so let's take a look and see how I did.
Miserable little seedling! Your petty quarrels only make me stronger. All who inhabit this miserable little seedling! Upon you, and all who inhabit this miserable little seedling! Upon you, and all who inhabit this miserable little seedling! And all who inhabit this miserable little seedling! Your petty quarrels only make me stronger. And all who inhabit this miserable little seedling! Little seedling! miserable little seedling. This miserable little seedling. Finally upon you, and all who inhabit this miserable little seedling. Miserable little seedling. All who inhabit this miserable little seedling.
Well, after my 8th week, I'm still not seeing this moat. I really didn't think this one would take that long, but it's being more of a pain than I would have thought. I'll just keep at it, and sooner or later I'll see it. Hopefully it is sooner though. I may not have had a lot of luck in my mount farms this week, but I still did get a new mount this week, the Catalog Shalewing. You get this from doing Researchers Under Fire, and I'm not sure how rare it is, but according to my add-on, it was only my 2nd attempt, so I was pretty happy to see it, and it's really not too bad looking of a mount. I do kinda like it. And finally for the Transmog this week, I'm wearing the Swashbuckling Buccaneer slops. I have 3 versions of these so far, and they just pop up on the trading post every now and then. The price is a little high, but I've been picking them up because I like how simplistic they are. If they are something you like, just keep an eye on the trading post. Sooner or later they'll be back up, or there'll be an alternate color variant. But hey, if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. You can click on subscribe. Thanks for coming by and watching it. I'm gonna send a hi out to my best friend, and you all take care.